All right, guys.
Okay,
First
cool.
of all, thank you very much for those games. It was very fun to watch. Very interesting strategies used by both of you. Um, so before we get too far into things, if there's any shout-outs you want to make, now is a good time to do it. So we'll go ahead and have Mercury start since we had Ace start first last time.
Uh, I have no shoutouts.
None whatsoever.
No shoutouts to be given.
Very
I
well.
also have no shout-outs.
Oh, wow. All right, very well. Very
Yeah,
well.
we don't have any friends.
Aw. I was going to say this
We're
is...
just not so prideful as to
Okay.
shout out when people should be.
Very well. Understandable. Well, I'm glad we got that done then. Nice, quick, and clean. Let's move on to the first question, which is, since this is the first time you've played each other, it's I don't know if you had any particular strategies that you might have put together. Maybe you looked at the other person's games in the past, as I know both of you have technically been broadcasted before. Mercury here, Ace over in the AHGL, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
So please walk us through what you do in PvZ in on the ladder and what you did here differently, if anything. So we'll start with Mercury.
Yeah, well, in the first game I just thought let's play a standard game for the first game, and I went for Nexus first into Forge, which is usually pretty safe, but like if you don't place the Forge at the bottom, then you can't really defend roaches because they just run up to the Nexus and you can't get up any more cannons, which is what happened to me then. Yeah, I tried to defend, and I think I could have won that somehow, maybe if I did some other cool moves with the Warp Prism I was building and so on. But yeah, I did some mistakes that were pretty much game-ending then with my Immortal Sentry army, getting caught with
those
from
banelings-
otherlings and so on.
Those banelings are pretty brutal.
Yeah, and that's
But-
yeah, that's what I,
Wait,
what
I
I
was thinking
thought.
that's the Kings of
Like,
John game,
just go
sorry.
for a standard game,
Forget
like
I
on the
said
ladder.
anything. I'm a little tired.
Yeah, so-
I'm kind of sorry. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, well, that's what I usually do on the ladder. I guess didn't turn out to be a standard game then. And the second game, well, I wanted to return the favor of cheesing, and yeah, I chose the Cannon Rush, of course. Favorite Protoss tool against Zerg. And yeah, I followed that up with standard play as well.
All right.
And I guess I won that with the follow-up. Got surprised by the nice Baneling mines, by the way. And yeah, game 3 was yeah, that was crazy. I pylon blocked my Nexus location, so I didn't really know what to do next. And I just chose to forgate because that's like you can forgate out of any situation, I guess. And
It's also the correct counter to my D.
Yeah, I was going to
strategy.
say, it's quite
Yeah.
ironic because that's exactly what you needed to do. I did look at your base and I didn't comment on it. I did see the pylon and I was like, is that? Nah. And then then an expansion never happened even though you had 400 minerals. And I was thinking, oh,
I
this
didn't
is
really know
interesting.
what was going on. Because I didn't scout the expansion as well because like I checked almost everywhere, but
Yeah.
I didn't check like on my gold base. That was man.
It was unfortunate because that was really good, good positioning for that gold base. I loved it. I loved what you were trying to do, Ace, with that.
Yeah, I was trying to copy something that Cats did recently, so
Yeah, it's a good
probably
idea.
should credit him
my
for
gosh.
Cats-
Also-
Unfortunately,
Cats
I'm
has a
not
lot
as
of
good as
praise.
Cats.
It's also like yet another entry into the archive of Overgrowth creates really weird fast games. But nonetheless, that's a conversation for another time. Let's go ahead and have the same discussion with Mercury. So not Mercury, with Ace.
Oh, all right.
What you do on the ladder versus what you were doing here.
Well, whenever I play an opponent for the first time, I like to start with a 7 Roach Rush. Except now that I've said that publicly, so I'll have to think of something else. But it does surprise people usually, and I think that was quite effective this time. And then in the second game, I didn't respond correctly to the Cannon Rush. My normal counter is to proxy hatch in their main, and
Oh.
I forgot to send out a drone, so I had no hope of getting a proxy hatch up in
Right.
time. Yeah, and then I ended up having a bit of a rage quit at the end because was trying to morph an overseer, but kept getting stuck with other units with queens selected as well.
Oh.
And then when you press morph for overseer, you get into another UI state and you have to hit escape several times to get back. And that's just it's easier to quit than to finish the game by that point. And yeah, third game.
Oh, go ahead. Continue.
Third game, I was trying to do the strategy that Cats did in the recent, I think, WCSNA qualifiers on Overgrowth. He had a very amazing victory with taking the opponent's gold and then Spinecrawler rushing from there. But yeah, the 4 gate was quite effective, and then I did not position the spines very well in defensive reaction, so that was just way too slow. But the pylon block at his natural was really good because my scouting drone was going to hatchery block the natural, and that would mean that I could get down creep and really delay it.
Yeah.
But I thought that pylon block was 100% intentional. So it threw me for a loop. Such a great counter.
It was an interesting game, for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah, the other thing that was really cool, first of all, the Baneling Mines, obviously, if we go to the second game, that was really nice. You got like 6, 7 sentries with that, and the game just went
Yep.
crazy from there. I love the blink micro, like, to Mercury around that cliff edge. I've never seen someone do that before, and I was just kind of blown away by it. I was like, wow, that's such a good
Pretty
idea.
effective.
Like, wow. Because at first I'm thinking, like, okay, you're going to get surrounded, and where do you blink to? Typically in an open area, there's nothing you can do, but that was nicely done. I don't know if anybody else in the chat has any interesting comments they want to throw out, but while they're thinking of that, if you guys have any final comments you want to make about today's match, now it's time to do it. Mercury, you go first.
Yeah, I think there were some fun, unusual matches, and not something you see every day. So I had a lot of fun.
Cool.
Yeah, I had a lot of
nice.
fun too.
So, one last thing I do want to double check, because sometimes I've noticed players don't quite pick up on this right away. Usually I keep people together for a total of 3 series. The first one's a best of 3, second one is as well, and the third one is a best of 5. You can continue playing with each other if you want, but only if you want. I can pair you up with somebody else if you'd prefer as well. So go ahead and send me an email about that afterwards when we're done. And
Would it change your decision if I 7 roach rush again?
I don't
I'm gonna
care.
proxy robo you then.
I'm like, I don't care.
Ooh,
Like,
proxy robo. I haven't seen that.
I've never seen that before either. That would
Yeah.
be really neat.
I haven't seen it before either.
There might be a reason you
but
haven't
it's
seen
probably
it before.
so good against
Oh, it's
7
probably
roach rush
amazing,
specifically.
right? Yeah, against that. Whatever. In any case, thanks for playing, guys. There's another match in 30 minutes. Feel free to stick around for that or check it out later. The VOD for this will appear on tinyurl.com/daynightS, usually within a day or two after the weekend is over, so that'll be Monday or Tuesday. And please forgive me in advance. My casting was kind of bad. I was really tired and kept screwing up pretty bad. So normally it's not that messed up. But nonetheless, thanks for playing, guys. Hope to see you again next time.